Okay, one more time. Last year he came as close, but this is as close as it comes. I mean, after 2 days and over 20 matches, with 10 of the world's greatest players, 5 representing the North and 5 representing the South, it's come down to a tied match. It's incredible. The Fury North showed a lot of heart winning 4-0. They had to win 4-0. They did it to bring it down to the last MVP match. Can we get a round of applause for all the teams, all 10 players? They played their hearts out to get to the end here. Everybody wants to lose the match. It's a lot of pressure on both players playing the last match. Everything that all the players have done this week has come down to the backs of these 2 players. We're preparing to wait for the whole team in the hopes of claiming the Patriot Cup. It's a lot of pressure. I'm glad I'm not playing.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up, the MVP player for the Fury North team. This player was ranked #1 at the end of the 2000 BCA Open ratings. He has won the ESPN 7-Ball Challenge, the Derby City Classic from Helsinki, Finland, now residing in New York City. Please give it up for the 2001 9-ball champion of the world, the Iceman, Mika Immonen. Next up, the player for the Lacassi South team. This man has an opportunity to redeem himself and obtain the cup for the South Side. He is a 4-time world champion, a 4-time player of the year. He has won every major title in existence and is a future Hall of Famer from Atlanta, Georgia, the player of the decade and your current #1 ranked player in the world, the Scorpion, Mr. Johnny Archer.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final match of the 2003 Patriot Cup. I'm joined today by Sean Putnam from Youngstown, Ohio, and we'll be your host. I'm Joe Kirk from Akron, Ohio, and we'll be bringing you this exciting final match of the Patriot Cup. If you've been watching our previous shows, you know that the North and the South have tied through the first playoff games, and this is the final edition to find out who the champion will be, either the North or the South. Representing the North will be a great player, Mika Immonen, and he is from Helsinki, Finland, and now plays out of New York. And Johnny Archer, who is now living in Atlanta, Georgia, will be representing the South team. They were voted the most valuable players on each of those teams. And we're getting ready to start this exciting match. The North team, of course, consisted of 5 players on each team: Corey Deuel, Mika Immonen, Rodney Morris, Tony Robles, and Alan Hopkins was the captain. And for the South team, Buddy Hall, Johnny Archer, Charlie Williams, Tommy Kennedy, and the captain for the South team was Nick Varner. And they're racking the ball in the beautiful Sarto rack, and we're ready to get underway and bring you this final exciting match. Sit back and enjoy, and remember, you can order any of these DVDs off www.whirlpool.com. Just go to your computer and log on. Have a good time. Enjoy the match. Well, Sean, who do you like?
Well, Mika won the leg so far, and Mika has a real powerful break. I think Mika should be the light favorite here.
Well, Mika certainly has been winning a lot of events as of late, and Johnny's been doing very well also. They both are 2 of the strongest players in the U.S. now, and pretty exciting match, and I think they represent both the North and the South very well. I think we're in for an exciting match with both of these great players.
Yeah, Mika just beat me at the BCA Open this year, and so I pretty much got a root for Mika since he's beaten me this year, and I beat Johnny last year, so I'm kind of thinking Mika's got the edge.
Well, you've been playing great. I've been following you on the computer at most of the events, and especially out at Sands in Reno, you played just great. And you know, you're a tremendous player out on tour. So when somebody beats you, I know they're playing good.
Thank you, John. Coming from you, that's a great compliment after looking up to you all my life as a young player.
Well, I appreciate that, but Johnny's got a pretty tough opening shot here on the 1 ball, and he missed. And let's see how he leaves Mika. That was a pretty tough shot to come up to the table and try and pocket right when your nerves are a little jangly and there's a lot of pressure on you, and the whole tournament rests on your shoulder here.
Mika has a pocket for the 1 ball, but seeing as where the 2 ball's sitting, I see him just playing safe, like undercutting the ball in the pocket where the 9's at, and just coming up table and trying to duck in behind the 2 and the 6 and possibly set up a combination on that 1-9.
Yeah, let's see. It looks like he's going to try what you say here. Yeah, perfect.
That's a good.
He hit it great, didn't he?
Yeah, perfect.
Right behind the 6 ball, and now Johnny's faced with a real tough kick.
He almost took away every rail.
Yeah, he looks to be in real poor shape. It looks like he may jump this ball. What do you think? No, he's just going to try and tie up.
Yeah, he's going to tie the 2 back up. Again, I think he left that combo down there, though.
Well, he gives that ball in hand to Mika. And good players like Mika, this is what they strive for. Although he's slightly tied up, what would you do here, Sean, if it was you? Would you run to the ball that's tied up and then play safe, or try and break it out?
I try to break it out early. If I couldn't break it out early, then I would just run down to it and try to play perfect position for a dead nut safety and just lock him up to where I get ball in hand.
Yeah, in these short sessions that we're playing, we are playing 10 ball, by the way, a race to 4, and they're alternating breaks. So there's not much room for error in these short sessions, especially with the caliber of player we're looking at here.
That's a good shot there.
It's a great shot.
He doesn't get hooked. Yeah, he's good.
Well, this is tough though.
You like slow rolling this 3 ball, or you just go around
Well,
IQ?
I think he's gonna hit it pretty firm and just roll it forward.
Yeah, you did just what you said too. Take a little bit harder shot, but guaranteed to make the ball.
Right. If you would have slow rolled it to a little softer, you have a tendency to steer that ball and you miss it.
Yeah.
So you got to hit it a little firmer. And he went beyond the ball and then shot it up in the corner. Now the table looks fairly routine.
Yeah, he should be in control. I don't see any problems from here out.
Well, Mika, a lot of people don't know about Mika, but he's from Helsinki, Finland originally, but he was born in London, and now he resides in New York City. He got a little out of line here, didn't he? He ran into the 9. I don't think he wanted to do that. Now he has the option of shooting the combination, but I think he'll shoot the 7 into the corner. What do you think, Sean?
Yeah, I play it in the corner and just stun it to the side rail and come back off. Try to get as straight as I can on the 8 ball.
He hit it really perfect there.
Now you just have to leave yourself a good enough angle on 9 to where you can play natural position. You don't have to actually swing real hard at this 9. You don't want to be straight in.
Well, he elected to go 3 rails around it, and I think he came up with a perfect angle here. They'll just float this ball down to the pocket to the right, lower right-hand corner of your screen, and it should be pretty good shape here to pocket the 10 and win the first game.
Mika takes control of the first game.
Very good out, and it's important to get that first game under your belt. I know you always like to win that first game and put you in a good frame of mind for the entire match. How do you look at that? Do you really?
I like winning the first game because I like picking what color beads I get. I don't like my opponent pushing over the opposite color beads that I wanted.
Yeah,
That's a mental thing.
A lot of times I played a little, and a lot of times when I'd start that first game, a little trick I used to use is I would think of the first game as we were 10-10, and it was the hill game. You had to win that game. That's how important I felt the first game of the session was.
If you
it really sets the tone.
If you bear down that strong, you're going to keep that intensity throughout the whole match.
Right.
If you start like that, if you start out weak and a little lackadaisical, then you're going to carry that through the rest of the match. But I like your mental outlook on that. I might try that in a few matches.
Well, I don't want to give away too much. You're pretty tough.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a good frame of mind to start off with, and kind of get you to the table when you're a little nervous at the beginning. And if you mentally prepare that way, you feel like, well, I've already played 20 games, and all I need to do is win this game, and you're actually playing as hard as you would if it was 10-10 or 3-3 in this case. Now it's Johnny's turn to break, since we are playing alternate break. 10 ball, and Johnny has, of course, a huge break. I think he tries to really hit the 1 ball flush, and he hit those great. I think he was rewarded.
He made a ball. I don't think he has a shot in the 1 though.
No. Looks like he's going to have to spin around this ball if he wants to hit a piece of it.
You can hit this right edge. You can hit
And
it.
float it down to where the 5 ball is there, you think? Or?
You get the cube on the other side of it. Like try to hit the ball to the 0,
I see.
and then come across and get behind the 5 and the 2. Anything other than that, if he's going to actually swing at this ball, I don't see much else he can do. Oh, he was on a 2. That was a 9 ball.
That was a 9 we were looking at. Our mistake, ladies and gentlemen.
Colors are a little bit deceiving sometimes.
Right. We have a little disadvantage here as to our receiving position to the table, so. Well.
He didn't tie it up though.
No, he didn't.
He
He came
could've.
close. He could have. I don't know if he was.
He could have tied the 5 up. He could have tied the 3
Yeah,
up.
I don't think he wanted to run into that ball.
He still has a little bit of work here just to get onto the 4 with the right angle.
Mika had a great year in 2001. He was a world champion, and that was one of his big ambitions in life, was to win a world's championship before he was 30. I know he had said that one time before I talked to him, and his favorite player is Bustamante. He loves to watch Francisco play, and he's got some favorite TV shows too. He likes Friends and The Simpsons, and his hobbies are running, rollerblading, reading, and movies. And he plays with a Capone cue, which is a fine cue. And he uses it well, doesn't he?
It's unbelievable with that cue. The cue does make a lot of difference in how somebody plays, because I've tried Capone cues out, and I think they're one of the top. He's one of the top cue makers in the country. They are a stiff hitting cue. They don't have much flex to those cues. Unlike some of the mass-produced cues that are on the market, which has a lot of flex.
Well, you got a little straight on this, I think, on this 9 ball, but I think he can probably draw it back to get on the 10. He's got to be careful of the side pocket, though. But yeah, he spun it with a little low right, which enabled the ball, once it hit the rail, to spin back down towards the 10.
Yeah, he just wanted to make sure he had just
And now
enough
he
angle.
just cinched that 10 ball up and wins another game. So the score right now is 2-0 for Mika over Johnny Archer.
A lot of times you watch these tapes and you see these pros not getting perfect position on their money ball. They don't have to. The reason they are professionals is because they can make any shot on the table. All they want is a good opportunity, a good look at the hole with a decent angle. They don't have to be straight in. Sometimes trying to get straight in actually causes them more problems than just taking a decent look at a cut shot.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing I'm going to say right now. If Mika ends up winning this match, he's going to be in trouble because we're going to make him take us out to dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And his favorite food is Italian food. And since I'm Italian and I know, boy,
He better hope there's a buffet there.
the two of us, we're going to be able to pack that food away. He's going to be in trouble. Great break here. He's made the 3 ball in the corner. 6 is hanging, and I think this is the 2. Is it down in the lower right? So he's got a little problem though. I think the 1 went in the side. Now he's got to.
He's got to look at this billiard too.
Yeah.
He might be able to play the billiard off the 2 into the 10. Play the 10 in the corner. Because the 6 is cinched. He's going to make the 6. That's a given.
Well, now the table just opened up completely
Oh, yeah.
for him. The 5 ball is the only problem I see, but I think he has the pocket open where he's going to be shooting this 2 ball into. He could put the 5 into that
He
pocket.
just wants to get to the middle of the table, play 1 rail off the top rail straight back down towards the 10. Nothing fancy, just float it down table.
Sometimes though, these are the toughest outs when the balls are all laying open like this. This is when it's real easy to make a mental error, and the top players, they know it, so they really concentrate. I think even a little harder.
Even that, he overhit that one.
Overhit it, but he is playing it in the corner pocket that I had mentioned was opened since the 10 was blocking the.
He's going to try to just get around the edge of the 8, which he
He
did.
did, and had to flirt with the side a little bit. Now he's in real good shape.
He left himself
7
a beautiful
ball,
angle.
little low right here, and come back for the 8. Just come back to the center of the table again, right, Sean?
Yes.
Leave yourself maybe just a little angle on that 8 ball.
See, he guaranteed the 7 by going to the rail and coming back off. He didn't try to play pinpoint position in the middle of the table with 1 rail. He just cinched it and came back across 2 rails.
Look at poor Johnny sitting there in the chair. He looks like he's in the electric chair, doesn't he?
Oh, man.
That's the toughest thing in the world. 2-0 and you're helpless.
We've all been there.
Yep.
Thing is, in a short race to 4, Johnny can run 4 racks.
Well, it's kind of hard though, an alternate break. That's the one thing about it.
Somebody must have said something to him in the
Yeah,
crowd.
he
Kind of
was
sharked
just-
him a little bit.
He was asking him to quiet down maybe a little, huh? Hit the 10 ball and takes a commanding lead. 3-0. And things don't look too good for John. He's going to have to play perfect from here. Mika is really putting it to Johnny, but I've known Johnny since he was 13 years old. And ran into him the first time at a tournament in Atlanta, and wow, what talent he had when he was young. And he was pencil thin. Johnny, but a great young man, as everybody who knows John. Just a wonderful guy, and played great when he was even that young. Just a super player. And you could just see the talent coming out of him. I went down to a tournament there with Mike Gulassi, who's another good player from Ohio here, who now lives in the Carolinas. But Mike, right away we noticed his talent. And a good local player there at the time, his name was Railroad John. And John had told us, you watch this boy because he can play. And sure enough, what a career he's had. Johnny has won numerous events, especially in 2002 Bristol, Connecticut Challenge match. Johnny defeated Santos Samuan 15-7 and 15-12 to win $20,000 in the winner-take-all match up there. Also in 2002, the Capital City champion in Maryland, and he won numerous Josh Tour events too in that area. And in 2003 now, he's in June, or in March rather, he won the Brunswick Pro Players 9-Ball the Super Billiards Expo tournament that Alan Hopkins puts on, and in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. And he beat Rodney Morris 10-9 in the finals in that event. And then in April, he won the IBC Canadian Open Championships. He beat Alex Pagluan and 15-7 in the finals to win the $10,000 first. And in June, Florida Pro 9-Ball Championships, in Orlando, Florida, beat Charlie Williams of the UPA in the finals 13-5. And so he's got quite a year going, plus he's been Player of the Year and World Champion many times. He's also a great all-around player. 94, I know he won the all-around event in Cleveland. He won all 3 events, the straight pull, the 9-ball, and the 10-ball. And he just learned how to play straight pull about 2 weeks prior to that. He was in Akron and practicing here, and he was just learning how to play straight pull, and he went up there, and I think one of the first games he played, he ran over 100 balls right off the bat. Just tremendous talent. Well, he looks like he's in pretty good shape in this rack. We're talking here, but John is really knows he's got his back up against the wall, so he knows there's no turning back now. He's got to get out because Mika wins one more game and it's over.
Yeah, he's got a free will.
So he's got to let it loose, and you know, he's got nothing to lose now.
I think he just draws it to the left and bumps the 6 closer to the left-hand pocket.
Oh, yeah, perfect. You call that perfect.
He just wants to just barely come off the rail here and play the 8 aside.
Have you played John much in any of the events, Sean?
I played him at Derby City last year, and we get down to where there's only like 9 players left in the tournament, and I knew I had to draw a champion sooner or later, and I draw Johnny. He beats me up pretty bad, so I buy back into the tournament, and Johnny was still undefeated. Don't I draw him again back to back?
Oh boy.
Oh, what a bad roll that is.
Hard luck
I
there,
go ahead and beat him.
Great.
So now I beat him. Now he has to buy back in. And now there's an opportunity I can actually draw him again for 3 times in a row. And thank God I didn't. My luck, I get Rodney Morris and he barbecues me.
Johnny was born in Waycross, Georgia, and he grew up in Twin City, Georgia. That's where he was living when I first met him. And he was born November 12th, 1968. And he has 2 brothers and 2 sisters. They don't play pool, but they do like to watch it, including his dad, George Archer Sr. And Johnny also is an avid golfer, as you know. You've played golf with him several times, and he's, I don't want to give any handicaps away here,
Yeah.
but Johnny plays real good. Him and Earl and quite a few of the other guys. I know you played pretty good too. I heard you shot a nice, almost broke a course record up around here.
Yeah.
Shot 64?
65.
65. 64 was the course record.
Yeah.
What course was it you shot that at?
It was a course called Reserve Run over in Youngstown, Ohio.
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's a beautiful
Yeah.
course, yeah.
It was kind of a core, like a strip mine, and then they fill it all back in, but it's nice and undulating, and there's lakes and everything. It's a pretty challenging course.
Well, I used to love golf. I played a lot, and of course, I lived like half a mile from Firestone Country Club, and grew up there caddying. Caddied in a lot of the pro events that they had out there. Caddied for old timers when I was in college. I caddied for Tony Lima and Al Guyberger, and one time in the CBS Golf Classic, caddied for George Archer and Arnold Palmer one time.
Wow.
I had to carry his bags, so that was quite an honor. Johnny also loves tennis and bowling too, and he married Melanie. Beautiful bride, August 4th of 2002.
And you wonder why he's playing so good.
Wow. He should be a happy man. She's a nice girl.
She's very beautiful.
And Mika, of course, got the break with this alternate break. The score now is 3-1, but Mika doesn't like this. The Iceman, as you can see on the back of his shirt, his nickname, Johnny, of course, known as the Scorpion. No bull sting, you know, these guys are tough.
It's also the name of his cues that he endorses. The
Yeah.
cues.
He has his own line of cues, yeah, the Scorpion cues. And beautiful cues also. He really plays with a 20-ounce cue, and he helped design that cue himself.
That line's doing well for him. I see a lot of players out there, young amateur players. A lot of players are playing with the Scorpion line.
Well, Johnny's a good representative for it. I mean, well, what happened there? Looked like he
Pushed
was
out.
pushing out, and he moved that. I don't like what he did with that 10 ball, though, to put it over, but he did make a great safety to put, or he pushed out rather. He did make a tough shot for himself. Johnny, of course, passed that shot, and now if he doesn't hit this ball, he's in real trouble here, because Johnny could have ball in hand and possibly
Yeah, don't think he played that cue ball behind that 4 ball. He made a mistake there.
sure.
That's not where you want to be off of a push. Look out.
Oh,
He's still in bad shape here.
yeah,
This 10
Johnny.
ball just hanging.
You think Johnny will cut it in to the 10, or you think he'll play the carom?
I think he plays a carom. I think he's going to play the 2 up in the corner,
Uh-huh.
playing the 10 at the same time. If the 2 ball hangs, the 9 might, or the 9's also a blocker.
So he has like a two-way shot at it, you
Two-way
think?
shot. Or if the 2's too much below it, he's just going to fire the combo, and just like he was cutting the 2 straight into the hole. Again, it's hard to tell sometimes when you're sitting back here. When you're at the table, certain shots look a lot easier. He's just going to fire the 2-10 combo.
Yeah, he's looking to cut it in.
No need for a safety when you win the game. Right now he's probably second guessing himself, trying to cinch it. Not using any English, just center ball, a little bit of draw probably.
There
Hits
he
it
is.
perfect.
So he hit it firm and gets rewarded. So it pulls the match to 3-2 with Mika Immonen from the north on top of Johnny Archer of the south. 3-2. There's a nice shot of the players seated there in their red shirts. Good shot of the South team with Charlie Williams there, and saw Tommy Kennedy and the whole team sitting there really.
Pretty sure Johnny's breaking here to try to tie this game up. So Johnny will have the break.
Making that 10 ball on the break is a tough thing to do.
Especially with a Sardo.
Yeah,
That Sardo's designed so that middle ball doesn't ever move. If you ever see the 9-ball going in on a Sardo rack, somebody made a mistake tapping the balls in because it doesn't go anywhere. At the World Championships in Cardiff this year, they had a line on how many 9-balls would go on the break from 90 plus matches on the TV table over a 9-day period. The line was 7, the over-under. All right.
Wow.
How about only one time the 9 was made on the break?
That's all?
It was hung twice, and it was only made one time out of the whole tournament on the TV table.
Well, look at Johnny here. We got a great 3-way screen going. He's taking dead aim at this ball, this one ball. Looks like he hits it like just a hair above center, doesn't it?
Looks like it, depending on how he follows through, whether he drops his stick down or not.
Yeah, he dropped down a little bit, but cue ball pulled back quite a bit. He got a little bit away from him there. Couldn't tell if it got kissed back or if it drew back.
He made the 1.
Look at that 9 here spinning. Spinning. Wow. That's when you're getting a lot of action on the balls, when you can make those object balls spin like that. We were talking earlier, and we were wondering, you asked me who taught Johnny how to play, and the gentleman's name is Chester Flint out of Menor, Georgia. And Johnny says taught him the little stuff and the basics. And he started playing pool when he was 12 years old. And he just started playing together with his friends after school, he said. And he just kept playing and he enjoyed it. And what he likes about the game is he never knows what's going to happen next. And that's the life story of every pool player out there, huh?
That's the truth.
Now here he is talking to team captain Nick Varner.
He must have called a timeout.
Right, because they're discussing, you know, just the what to do in this situation, since it's a very important game with Johnny trailing by 1 game. So, what do you think they're talking about here, Sean? Give me your professional expertise.
Well, he's asking Nick, probably right now, of what safety Nick would play and where he's going to be placing these balls at. And they're probably concurring back and forth.
Oh boy, he's got the
boy.
Grandmaster now.
Here it comes.
Buddy Hall. The great Buddy Hall comes out. And look at that. Is that a brain trust there?
Jeez.
How would you like to have those 2 guys helping you out?
How about the world champion having to call a timeout to ask 2 other world champions what they would do in a situation?
Buddy Hall, of course, a great player. He's won numerous 9-ball titles and a great 10-ball player. People don't know this about Buddy, but when Ephraim Reyes first came over to the United States, he came into the Reds tournament in Houston, and he came in under an assumed name. First time we ever seen him in the United States. He came in as Cesar Morales. He did play in the event, and he started beating everybody in private challenge matches after the event was over, and beat everybody. Was giving people like Danny DiLiberto the 7-ball, beating him. Even gave Wade, I don't want to mention any names, but some top high caliber champions at the time. This was 1984, 85, I think it was 85. And so I was there and I said, well, there's one guy who hasn't played yet. And of course we didn't know who he was. No one knew him. And we didn't know what a great rotation player he was, you know. But I said, in my book, I said, if anybody can beat Buddy Hall playing 10-ball, they can bust me, because I just always assumed that Buddy was like the greatest, not only one of the greatest 9-ball players, but 10-ball, he was just fantastic because of his knowledge. And his steady play and shot making, he was just tough. I mean, guys couldn't string those 10-ball racks on you, so he got to shoot. Guys couldn't string it like 9-ball. And sure enough, they played a big challenge match. And Red and myself, I said, we got to charge for this one. So we opened up the tournament room after hours and packed the place. And only charged the spectators $5 to get in. Greatest $5 anybody ever spent. It was over in about, 45 minutes. Buddy Hall beat him 10 ahead.
Wow.
Playing that great session. And
I like them calling Buddy Hall in here because I've always referred Buddy as always choosing the right shot no matter what the situation was. He would always, no matter what the shot was right, whether he hit it bad or he didn't execute it right, he always chose the right shot. That's one nice thing about having Buddy on the South team. They're going to get the right shot down no matter what. Whether he executes it right or not, it's up to Johnny. But Johnny's going to be shooting the right shot.
yeah, the South team certainly has the knowledge factor between the two teams. The North team, of course, has great talent also. I mean, they're both talented teams. But the North team's just a little younger crew with Corey Doole in there and Mika, of course, and Rodney. Allen, of course, is, you know, a great all-around and knowledgeable player. You can't get much past Allen Hopkins, one of the smartest players in the game.
Great one-pocket player.
Oh, fantastic. And Tony Robles plays all games well, too. I mean, he's a tremendous talent and a great guy, too. Nice young man there.
Yeah, Tony always wins the sportsmanship of the award a year.
Well, he should.
Every year, he's just a great guy.
Yeah, he should. He deserves it.
It's nice when you can say a name of a player and you never ever heard a bad word about him.
That's right. Well, I think
that tells you something.
for so long, pool players have gotten a bad reputation sometimes, and it's really unnecessary. I think because they've had to, you know, sometimes revert to playing challenge matches, things like that, to subsidize their income because there aren't a lot of tournaments, let's face it. And love to see more tournaments with higher amounts of money for all of you players, you know, so a guy can finish, you know, 50th or 100th on the money list and put a little dough in his pocket, you know, let a guy live a little.
Be able to support a family.
Well, it's pretty tough, you know, your expenses are so high, I mean, it's tough. Traveling to the tournaments, the hotel rooms, the food, your airfare, it's always been tough.
A lot of these young players out here that are watching this tape and everything, they look up to us as professionals and they want to be like us. But if they really knew the money and how much we win and sometimes how much we struggle out there to survive, they really wouldn't be wanting to be professionals. That's why we have to get the level of the sport up and the money up there to where.
Well, you see, we got the brain trust now of the North team out there. And of course, look who's pointing it out.
Allen Hopkins.
Allen Hopkins. Allen, of course, is a great strategist with his one-pocket knowledge. Certainly one of the great one-pocket players of all time.
What's real scary is watching Corey point at something. Because he does some crazy stuff with the cue ball, with the object balls that really a lot of players can't do. They don't have
his talent.
His talent.
Right. He has a lot of natural ability. And sometimes Corey will shoot at a shot and make it on nerve.
Yeah.
He has tremendous nerve and you know, and shot-making ability. And a lot of players don't have that. But, he's another young player that's been playing great since he was a young boy. Originally from the Philadelphia era, and Mike LeBron had a lot to do with his upbringing, and then, of course, moved to Ohio here, down in Columbus, and stays down in the Columbus area.
He just
Lived with Dee Atkins for quite a while. I don't know if he's still with Dee and their family there, but
actually he bought a house in the same city that he's renting out. He lives in the house, but he's also renting it out. And I'm pretty positive he's renting it out to Dee's sister. They're not together; they're just friends. Like it's like a brother and sister thing.
Great.
But I think he's helping her out as far as the apartment goes and the house. She takes care of the house while he's going on tour and everything. And he knows that somebody's not going to ruin the place because it's like a relative living there.
Well, Dee's He's a good player too.
He's a great player. I battle with him constantly.
Great young man and nice young man. Nice family too. His whole family is. They're really nice people.
He's one of those pool playing friends that'll just about do anything for you if you just ask. Kind of left the breakout here and the shot at the same time.
Well, he's going to try and break up the 3-5 there after he makes this 2. I would think.
It looks like he's going to try to push the cube up behind the 3-5 and just bank the 2 down table.
You think so?
The way he was lining it up.
You mean just lock it up
float forward
with the I see, and then just, but boy, hit the
hit
point.
He got away
But
with
look at this. It's hard to tell from our angle here if he can.
2 might have came up.
Mika will be able to hit the right side of this 2 ball. The 3 might have him trapped a little. He was trying what you had mentioned though. If he would have left that ball on that rail and behind the 3 like that, he got unlucky there to hit the point of the side pocket and have the ball come out. I think D can hit this, I think Mika can hit this ball.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't see
But it's a tough shot. And then to get all the way back down for the 3 ball might be pretty tough.
No matter what, you always have to look at this shot as overcutting it, because when the cue ball comes around, if you overcut the shot, you still get the safety out of it when the cue ball comes around and goes up table for shape on the 3 ball. If you try to go right at this hole and undercut it, you're going to sell out the whole table.
Yeah, he's looking to make this ball. He's not playing safe. He was taking dead aim at this. The whole he did it.
He overcut it, but
overcut it rather. But now he's going to leave. Oh, look at this! John got jacked up over the 5 ball, which makes this shot like 40% tougher. It's going to be difficult for him to bridge, I think. Might have a little space there, but it's at least he's shooting. I know he's happy to be back at the table. But even if Mika would have made that shot, he would have been perfect on that 3 ball.
Yeah.
Look at the shape he had.
he may have been scared of scratching off that too. Well, that's why he hit it that hard to hold the angle going to the side rail. Because I thought he could just float to the bottom rail and come up around the back side of the
Well, this is the critical shot of the whole match. Right here. This is the whole match.
Yeah.
Johnny doesn't make this. He's better get awful lucky. You see how tough it is for him to bridge. He's using the spread hand bridge. And he's got nice, lean, long fingers, which helps him. Very steady. And he did miss the shot,
That
but
was a tough shot.
look at this. Right behind the 3 ball.
Wow.
He's living good. That married life must
I'm
be
telling you.
treating him well.
See here, he's going to try to hit. He's going to kick to the side rail, try to hit the left side of the 2 ball, push the 2 down table, and try to get the cue back behind the 5.
You don't think he's going to try and make this in the side with the ball helping there? You don't think he'll try? Because it naturally will come back. Yeah, I think he was trying. And look at this. He scratched.
Geez.
Oh, Johnny like that.
Yeah, if you try to make that and don't hit it perfect, your 2 ball stays too close up table. Even with the helper there, it's easier to control the kick and play the safety.
Look at all of Johnny's teammates. They're all smiling now.
There's nothing hard about this shot. It's just making sure the first 3 or 4 balls are perfect angles on them. You don't want to get too happy because of a scratch and then go ahead and make a mistake right back. Johnny runs out so good, there should be no problem here. He makes sure he touches the cue ball to a rail when he's playing shape. So he's actually going to draw the cue ball to a point on the rail to get his angle instead of trying to float to just a space. He hits the point on the rail where he wants to. He gives himself the right angle to come
It's
down.
a beautiful angle on this for the 3 ball here. Johnny's preferred game is 9-ball, of course, but he really likes to play straight pool also. And his favorite pool idol is, guess who? Mr. Nick Varner.
Wow. The Kentucky Colonel.
He's what a champion he is, huh?
Yeah, I know all about that.
Won titles. Yeah, he's been.
Oh boy.
He's been getting
Yeah.
a little on your worst side at these tournament events. What's
Two
been
more
happening
wins.
there?
2 more wins. He's under every fingernail I got. He's beat me 8 times in a row, and I can't shake him.
Well, I know you went 10-10 with him a couple times. So
Yeah, I went hill with him about 4 times.
Yeah, I remember. I mean,
He
you're
just
playing
plays
great.
so
It's
steady.
just at the end, he just seems to have that end game,
Yeah.
and he squeezes out that win. That's years of knowledge.
I keep begging him to retire. He won't do it. Told him, I said, the first time I don't see you at a tournament, I know I'm going to win it.
Well,
I play him every event.
Nick's a great friend of mine. He stays at my house when he's here in Akron, and he, of course, when I went through my illness back in '92 and '93, 2 years in the hospital, he came to see me several times when I was in there. He would make a special effort just to come into Akron and visit me, and as did several of the top players. I mean, lots of cards, and I want to thank them all, for that. And I don't get out much anymore, but still love the game. Still a great game.
We're glad to have you back here. Being on.
Well, I'm enjoying this. This is a great match, and this game right here is real strategic play, and looking for it. I hope it gets to 3-3. I want to see the pressure build. It looks like it just might. You get perfect here, so just float this 8-ball a little forward and pocket the 9, and float it a little forward and pocket the 10 in the opposite lower left-hand corner. Johnny likes that spread hand bridge, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Shoots well with it that way. I think those long fingers help him. I got a little more angle here. You think he'll come across the table?
Yeah,
or
he'll do one rail straight across.
I hate to slow roll this ball because I just hate to leave it short and then leave the cue ball, have the cue ball float towards the center and have a tough cut on that.
I hit this with a hair outside just to get rid of the skid factor. If you hit it with center ball, it'll take it to the same place, but now you have a chance of that 9-ball grabbing and diving into the rail and skidding on you.
So when you hit it with the outside,
Just a
it
little
helps,
bit
gives the
outside,
right
and it turns off the ball instead of grabbing to it. And it comes up with the same effect with center ball. Same position. He let it even go
Yeah,
down.
he went down the table, so
He could hit a little bit harder.
yeah. Well, this has turned into quite a match from 3-0 to 3-3 if he makes this 10, and I think I would have to bet on that one. I was going out on a limb, wasn't I?
Hillsville.
Yep, here we go. Yeah, they're all happy now.
Now we're
Yeah.
at double cheese here.
Wow. One game to see who wins the Patriot Cup. Couldn't be more exciting. Come right down to the final match with these two great players, most valuable players of the North and the South team, facing off in one game for the true title of the Patriot Cup. This year the Patriot Cup was held at Planet 9-Ball in Tampa, Florida. And Johnny stands up, the gentleman that he is, shakes Mika's hand and wishes him good luck.
Buddy Hall used to be part owner of this pool room down here. Not
Yeah,
too long
I
ago.
understood that he was, yes. Tapping down them corner balls a little bit. I don't know. I think that Sardo rack does a pretty good job, but I think once in a while, though, it'll rock a little bit away from the rack.
There's
but-
still a human factor that has to set the balls up.
True. Here comes the final break. Doesn't look like he made anything, did he?
Nope.
Nothing. And he's got a shot on the, is that the 1-ball down there? now?
Yep. Yep, there's the one.
Well, he's got a clear, open shot, and the balls are fairly open. I mean, the only problem is the
Okay, the angle on the two ball.
yeah, angle on the two ball, and is this
That's a three. Yeah, it's-
three ball here? So the three ball might create a problem after the after he's able to get to the two ball.
He's got to slow roll this one real slow to get just a hair past that that seven ball there.
Well, this is no easy shot. Again, he's over the ball, over the three ball, and slow rolling this. Boy, I hate the slow roll here. He might hit this just a little firmer. To
The easy position is bumping into the four.
I hit it good, but look
But now
out!
there's no angle.
Ooh, and he got a good kiss, and actually moved that ball up towards the side. Is that the four ball? He moved to the side. So
Now he's got to be real careful here.
yeah, this is kind of like
He's got to
a.
pinpoint.
He's got the wrong angle on this two ball. I can't get up table. Matter of fact, I think it favors going, the cue ball favors going towards the nine.
Yes.
So he has no angle to get to the three comfortably, but he might leave an angle to where he can cut the three in and possibly pocket the 10
Yes.
into the, pocket the three into the lower right hand corner, pocket the 10 into the lower left hand corner. Let's see what Johnny elects to do here. Slow rolls it,
Easy
keeps the
ball.
ball.
Easy.
He got as good as he could
Yeah.
get there. That's the proper angle. Now,
He just barely has enough room to make this, it looks.
very close.
He may even have to spin in him.
He's really looking at it because the that's the 8 ball. I think next to it, it's
Yeah.
he's got to really be careful because if he, of course, touches that 8 ball, he gives Mika a ball in hand, and I think that would be the end of the game, set, and match there.
A lot of times when you just barely don't have enough room to make the cut shot, if you put a ton of outside English on it, you can actually throw the ball further to the hole than what your shot actually allows you, thus allowing you to make the ball, whereas it looks like it can't go. That's probably what he'll do here. He's cueing like
Here
you
it
can see the
comes,
whole
isn't
ball
it?
though.
Do you think it?
He's
Does-
cueing like you can see the whole cut shot.
Yeah, it does look that way.
No,
No.
he elected for safety.
He elected to play safe, but he didn't do it though. He was trying to put him right behind that 8 ball. I think run into the 10 and leave him behind the 8
Yeah.
there, and
The cue
he
ball
drew
just
the
drew too
ball
much, yeah.
just a little too much. Well, I know Johnny's feeling sick about that because he let Mika, a great player like Mika, up to the table, and the balls are in the open now, so I think he got perfect on this 5 ball, or on the 4 ball rather. And just come off the rail over for the 5. And if he gets straight in here, he'll just draw back for the 6. Just get to the center of the table, you think, or
Yeah, he may just draw straight back.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, draw straight back.
Put his 7 on the side.
Yeah, I think he'll come. You don't think he'd come up and shoot it maybe in the? I don't think he can stop the ball hitting the 6 there and shoot it in the side.
He'll just
I think
play.
he'll come up and shoot it in the same pocket that the 6 is going in, possibly.
Yeah. That's where it looks
Or
nice.
he might go to the end rail and just bounce up a little bit and shoot it in the side. But I'd rather shoot it in the corner to get shape for that 8. I'd rather come off like the side rail for that 8 ball.
If he,
Get the proper angle to get to the 9.
if he goes to the top rail and just tries to slow roll it and a little bit of inside English come off the top, there's really, he's going to keep the right angle going to position, going to the 8 ball.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, you got
yeah.
a nice kiss there. But he did do what I had mentioned, coming up playing this 7 ball into the upper left-hand corner there. Now simply bounce off the side rail here with a little left-hand English and spin down for the 8 and try and give himself a little angle so that he can get back to the center of the table for the 9, and then a little low right on the 9 and come back for that 10.
He wants to be straight on this 8 or a little past position so he can work the cue ball towards the 9 instead of away from the 9.
Correct. That's why I was saying try and use a little left hand English. He may try and draw it here, but I would go to the rail. I think I would think he's
going to the rail too.
Go to the rail. And oh, look at this. He's able to shoot this ball in the opposite corner. So I didn't think that.
I didn't think it would
back
passed.
from our angle here. You couldn't really see if it would go past. I didn't think it would, but since it does, it's you know, he played the correct shot there. I got a nice angle here to just a little low right here and draw the cue ball back and shoot the 10 in the lower right hand corner. Would you say, or?
Yeah, he's just gonna try to play shape for the middle diamond over there on the side rim.
Right. And there it is.
Perfect. He knows he won now. He's pumping
That's
fists
for
and
sure.
everything.
They're happy now. And the North team, look at them. Tony Robles come out. Alan, look at them. They are super fired up. The whole team.
Look at that. Rodney's
great.
trying to pick the whole team up.
Rodney number 1, huh? Yeah, they are very happy. Well, that was a great event and a super finish. What could you ask for more? I mean, 3-3, the final 2 most valuable players playing off. And I just want to mention, if you enjoyed this tape and the previous tapes of the Patriot Cup, remember, log on to your computers, www.whirlpool.com, and there are some nice clips that are on there that you can take a peek at, and some links that you can hook up with, and you'll be able to order these DVD tapes, DVD disc rather. And I just want to also say it was a pleasure, Sean, working with you, and hope to do it many times in the future.
Definitely.
Good luck to you on the tour, and a great player too. You'll be out there in no time at all with these great players. That's all for now, and thank you again for watching the Patriot Cup 2003, and good luck to all of you, and have a nice evening, and don't miss any balls out there. Have a good time.
All right, Mika, great shooting. Congratulations. We'll have a few words. I know it all came down to you at the end. You won some big matches. You won. We'll start with Alan Hopkins. You get beat Immonen, and you went on and beat Buddy in the pink pool, and you beat Johnny in the 9-ball, and then you guys beat us all in 5-on-5. So anyway, it's just a few words from Mika.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank Kenny from 9-ball. For Charlotte for putting all this work together. And all the other sponsors, I'm not going to read all of the word.
No, go ahead.
But I'm sponsored by Capone too, so. Anyway, I really feel great. I mean, I had to beat some really top players today, and we came down to where we couldn't lose even a single rack in the end. And sometimes funny things happen in 9-ball. We needed a little luck to win, and in the end, things started rolling our way, and we took advantage of what we were offered. But anyway, had a great tournament, and I want to thank my teammates and Captain Alan Hopkins for building up the team spirit. And thanks to my Filipino fans too. And all the other fans.
Okay, we're going to have Vic Barner, captain of the Latasi Team South, come out here and say a few words. It was a great event. It's a pleasure playing under you once more.
Yeah, I'd like to congratulate Alan and the winner, the
champions from Team North. You guys made a fabulous comeback. Just, I've been playing this game for a long time, and just when I thought I'd seen everything, I think this is the topper here. But I'd like to thank all my team members. We played as hard as we could. We just fell a little bit short. And I'd like to thank Charlie Williams. And I'd like to thank Tommy Kennedy.
Thank you. Tommy!
And I'd like to thank Buddy Hall. And I'd like to thank Johnny Archer. He was the most valuable player on our team. And he really played his heart out, and he doesn't come up short very often, but he won so many matches